Hi everyone and welcome back to Curly and Yarny. I am Milena and in today's video I will be weaving a beautiful scarf on my 4 shaft loops. Let's get to it! So I've just finished warping my loop and I warped enough to be able to be weaving 4 scarves. So today's video is the first video of a series in which I will be explaining to you how I'm weaving each and individual scarves of this warp. So for today's video I will be weaving, of course, the very first scarf on this warp. So now let me tell you a bit more about the warp itself. So for the warp I use 100% Tencel and I use 4 different colors. So here they are. So the first one is Slate, then I have Navy, Charcoal, and Brown, which is a little orangey brown. So in the warp, I played around with those 4 colors and I made different stripes of different thickness. And so here is quickly a screenshot of my warp. If you would like to know more about the warp and maybe do it yourself, I will provide a link in the description down below to my website. So on this link you would get all the information you need to be able to redo the exact same warp at home. So I will provide all the details about the thread counts and everything. So now back to the weaving of this first scarf. So for this first scarf I will be doing the exact same thing that I see in the warp into the weft. So this should be making a plaid. So I recently learned that I'm saying it wrong since the beginning. So apparently plaid is how I read it, but I should say plaid. So I will be weaving plaid for this first scarf. So let's get to it. In the pattern I'm having 3 different blocks of color. So let's start with the first one, a big rectangle of navy with a little stripe of brown in the middle. So I'm weaving navy for 24 picks or for about 3.5 centimeters. Every big stripe of color of this pattern is woven for the exact same length. So now that I'm done weaving my 24 picks of navy, I'm weaving 4 picks of brown. So those will create the thin stripe in the middle. Now I'm back to weaving 24 picks of navy, and just like that, the first block of color is done. So after that, I start weaving the second block of color, which is made of 2 small stripes of slate and 1 stripe of gray. So for the first slate stripe, I weave for 12 picks. Then I move on to the gray stripe, which is much thicker, and it has 24 picks, just like the stripes of navy. So once the gray stripe is done, I go back to weaving 1 stripe of slate for 12 picks. And just like that, we're moving on to the third block of color of the pattern. So this one is the inverse of the first one. So here I'll be weaving with a lot of brown and making a little stripe of navy in the middle. So yet again, I'm weaving 24 picks of brown, 4 picks of navy, and back to weaving another 24 picks of brown. After that, I'm weaving again the second block, so now I'm weaving 12 picks of slate. And then I'm weaving 24 picks of gray, or charcoal if you prefer. Another 12 picks of slate. And just like that, we've done the whole repeat of the pattern once. So I will continue like that for the whole scarf. So now I'm back to weaving with the navy again. So welcome back. As you might have noticed already, I am in a new setting. So if you follow me on Instagram, you might already know it. But if you don't, I'm gonna make a very big life update with you guys today. So in the past few weeks, my partner and I have made a big decision. He has decided to go back to school, and the program he enrolled in is only given in a city that is quite far away from our home. So we decided to sell the house and move into this new city. So in the past few weeks we've been very busy finishing everything. We had to move out of the house yesterday, so we've just moved into our temporary home. So I say temporary because we are going to have an apartment in the city where the university is. However, this apartment is not ready yet, so it's gonna be ready in December. So until then, some friends and family agreed to host us. So we're very grateful for that, and we're also very grateful because there is a room for the looms. So here with me I have my Dorothy Loom, and I also have my rigid head loom, and those two looms will also come with us when we move to our apartment. So they have a room already dedicated for them. So that's good news. And my counterbalance loom will stay at my parents' place in the meantime. So this is it for my big life update. So now back to weaving. So thankfully when we moved everything, this loom was very well taken care of by our movers, so basically my boyfriend and a friend. So nothing bad happened to it. I already had a warp on it, so I was a bit scared that something would happen, but everything went fine, and so my warp is all in one piece and I can keep weaving as if nothing happened. So now I'm almost done weaving the scarf. I estimate about maybe 10 to 15 inches left to weave, so I will keep on weaving this with you, and I will show you how I finish up this scarf, and that will be it for today's video. So let's get to it. The best part about having my loom here in this house is that whenever I feel that I lack of inspiration, I have easily access to tons of pictures of when my boyfriend was a baby. And he was just the cutest, and that just brings me so much joy, and it helps me keep going. Also, in the midst of everything that's happening in my life, I was afraid that another big event would come unnoticed. So I really want to take a minute to thank you all guys, because in the past few days my channel reached 2,000 followers, so I'm super happy. I'm very grateful. So thank you all of you guys. I'm so grateful to be able to make those videos, and I'm glad that you're liking it. If you're watching this video and you're not already a subscriber, please make sure to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any more of those videos. So one time more, thank you all, and let's go back to weaving. For the last inches of weaving, it's important for me to repeat the exact same pattern that I did in the beginning. And because I do not trust my memory one bit, I always take good note of what I do at the start of the project. So here I noted that I had started with a bit of gray, then a stripe of slate, and I continued with the navy color block. So I'm doing the reverse. I've just finished weaving the navy block of color. So then I'm weaving 12 picks of slate, and finally I noted that I wove for about 1 inch of gray plus 2 picks in order to allow for the hem stitched. In total I wove for 71 inches, or if you prefer 1 meter 78 centimeters. So now the final step is to hem stitch the piece. I'm doing bundles of 4 warp threads and 2 weft threads. So this is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also make sure not to miss the rest of the series. So in the next video I will be weaving the second and the third scarf, and in the final video I will be weaving the fourth scarf, and I will also be revealing or just unrolling all the scarf from the front beam. So make sure not to miss this, and I really hope to see you next time. Bye bye.